Good morning, well, it's 11 o'clock. Just woke up. You guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday. Oh, you guys are sick, I know. I get the day off and I work tomorrow, Wednesday, right? All I have to do is just wake up at 8, I go to work. It's 2:30, 2:40, and I'm out of there. And I get my 6 days off again. I get paid Sunday, right? Uh, yeah. What are the chances you start in the SHL Hockey League? Not high. I'm most likely going to be a movie star with DJ. It's less riskier. I don't want to spend all that money to flop as a player. It's risky. I don't want to take that chance. I'd rather be a movie star with DJ. It's cheaper. Yeah. 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 Why you might start? Yeah, I might perhaps, but it's highly unlikely. Chances are I'm going to be a movie star with BJ. Because I'd rather do movies than be a pro hockey athlete. It's close, so the glory is close, but it's close, Simon. But yeah, movies is better, obviously, right? Yeah. Start that pro league, all the NHL actors will be crushed. Start Sky's Entertainment, all the Hollywood actors are crushed. They feel like shit, obviously, because they're the side tension. Yeah, I mean, we should have made event for movies. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going any higher than 30 for a player. No, I'm not going to go any. If I start pro hockey, I'm not going any higher than 30 for a player. That's enough. But they get league revenue, so they're making a lot of money, more money than what most pro athletes make, obviously, in pro sports. I'm not going to have these athletes do it, right? I'm not going to have these athletes do me. You know. That's why the I just say, oh man, you start that pro league, man, you're gonna crush us. I know they'll be crushed. Because they missed out on the opportunity, right? All the fame and glory and fun. Ivan's not a pro hockey player, assuming I'm a star player, and he's living life with all the star players in the league. These athletes are left behind in the NHL, right? Yeah. Oh, that's funny, I know. All right, do you think you're a bit too harsh on the CFL? Yes, I was a little bit too harsh, but the CFL deserves to be exposed because they've been doing this for 70 plus years since the 50s. Even when Russ Jackson played, they've been doing this. They just kept bringing up all these American guys. Yeah, yeah, it's very weird. Obviously, they don't think the Canadian kids are good enough. That's why they do. Yeah, they're not good enough, Ivan. That's why we close the doors on Ivan. Yeah, yeah. Why do they do that, Ivan? Well, the bias has been passed down to the league. Obviously, the bias has been passed down since it started in the early '50s. CFL started around the same time as the NFL. Both leagues started, I think, in the early '50s. The NFL and the CFL. And yeah, and the CFL just kept bringing up all these undrafted guys for decades, and they have to get stars up here. But they grew their league in a very irregular way that no pro league grows a league in. They just grabbed a bunch of guys from the States who are undrafted players who got cut from the NFL who were practice roster players. And they just have those guys be stars. But the ones who kill it, those are the ones who are legends in the league, and they honor those guys to the in the Cave of Hall of Fame. It's very weird to me. I know the dream isn't playing here. It's a very weird way of working, but no pro league does that. They grow the league with their draft picks who dream of playing in that league. With CFL, it's not like that. They draft the best players. And they close the doors on the best Canadian players. And they just bring up all these guys from the States who are undrafted players, obviously. They're not draft picks, right? And they're the stars up here. It's very weird. Yeah. But I hope the league grows. Maybe the American talent is the way to go. Going back to the SHL. Yeah. I mean, can the GM pay the players like 3 players $30 million? Yes, he can, but you're going to drain the cap. But $110 million is still enough money to pay star players, like maybe 2 star players, maybe $13 million. The other guys get maybe 9, 8. They have enough cap space, but the average players won't be able to make much money. They might make league minimum maybe $1 million. Average players. Because I guarantee you the GMs will pay all the star players at 30, at least at 25 million plus. 20 million is probably rare. Probably 30 million. The GMs will pay the 2-star players. Or maybe one guy 32 and the other guy 27, 26. Obviously. Yeah. And they get league revenue. And chances are the GMs will pay all the star players a high end, 14 million league revenue. The GMs are going to pay the star players. I guarantee that's what the GMs are going to do, right? Yeah. Because the star players, the truth is, they take the majority of the money. They're the ones who drain the majority of the cap. And the other guys get more of the peanuts, right? It's not worse in pro sports. I saw a question with David Austin magazine. Rob's, yeah, man, if you do that, man, you're a fucking dick. Like, you're gonna hurt us, you're gonna crush us. Like, yeah, they're gonna be crushing her, obviously. So they missed out on all that fun, right? Like, yeah, they had the fun in the NHL, but the players playing in my league are a lot more famous than these NHL athletes. They're world famous. And they're trending, obviously. But they will not be in the public eye. I didn't sell to the gates, it's all behind the scenes. They're trending all behind the scenes. Yeah, the press conference will be on the website now that you guys can watch it, but it's not. There's no news and media outlet covering it. My press is a private press that works for each team. There is no public press because I didn't sell to the gates, right? It's a private press for my league, obviously. This is my goal, so I'll get my back of smoke. So enjoy showing you guys. I'm binging more of Brad's Resident Evil Recruit, right? Yeah. James Bond game is getting released in 3 months, man. May 27th. I can't wait for that game. Brad will be playing that game. That's probably my most anticipated game this year. The James Bond game. And Grand Theft Auto 6. That's going to be amazing, too. Yeah. I think Rob will play that James Bond game. Yeah, he will. That's a big game this year. He's always going to play it. Guarantee he'll play it. James Bond, First Light, State of Play, whatever it is. I saw the demo. It's an amazing game. I was a guy. I heard about that game. I want to play that. I want to play that game. Obviously, it's a huge game. Obviously, this year. Yeah. Yeah. So they'll have crazy buzz. Oh yeah. But the board guards will tell me, yeah, you have to be a star player. Like, that's the key to this league having a lot of buzz and making a lot of money. You have to be a star player, productive on the ice. That's why it's risky, and I'm most likely not going to start blocking. I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to spend $30-something of my money and I flop as a player in the league. I can't keep up with the best players. It's risky. I don't want to take that risk. That's why I'm going to remove RBJ. Obviously, much cheaper. It's less riskier, obviously. Yeah. That book I wrote is The Hope for Me Being King, obviously. Yeah. So my ticket to being king and being rich, obviously, right? I have the keys, and I wrote the book. The brand's mine, and the gate's not touching my money. That money's for me. RBJ's not for them. I'm not going to have those guys take my money when they make all that money. No way. That money's for me. My wife's not for you. Yeah. So only the star players get league revenue. Assuming I start that league, only the star players get league revenue. The other players don't get league revenue. And star players get a magazine deal, and they get paid for that too. There is no endorsement deals for my league. I insult the kids, but the league revenue the players are making is more money than what they make for the endorsement deals in the SHL. So they're making more money. The players. And board of governors, the presidents, I'll give them league revenue too. They deserve a piece of league revenue. The coaches and GMs don't get league revenue. You just get their base salary, right? They're not worth league revenue, those guys. Yeah. 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 And you have to balance it. You have to balance out the deal. They can't make a ridiculous amount of money for 10 years straight. No, they have to take pay cuts. The way the GMs create cap space to pay other players, draft picks, all that stuff. They have to get paid to those guys, right? Yeah. Pay them 32 million for 2 seasons. Now they take a pay cut. They make maybe 26 million, 27 million for like 2-3 seasons. After you bring it down to 22 million, 21 million for another like 3 seasons. In their final season, they make like $19 million. And you bring down the league revenue to that way. You don't overpay them. They don't do it. They still sound like a 250 plus $300 million deal around there. The star players. That's enough money. They don't make that in the NHL. And after you make all that dough, you got to take your pay cuts. That's how it works. When you're past your prime, you're not going to make the money you made when you in your prime. Obviously. Yeah. That's the only way to have balance with their career earnings and having cap space to pay the upcoming guys. Because the new guys who enter the league, when they break out the league, they're going to want a big deal too. So you have to balance it out. The veteran players can't make that money anymore once they're past their prime. After your 10-year deal, you can't make that money again. You have to take pay cuts. Make your 7, 8, 9, 10 million around there. That way you create cap space for the new players who want their mega deals, right? That's how it works. Yeah. But the only way that the GMs will create cap space for some of the new guys, they have to trade players or release players, and the other teams will pick them up because they can't afford to pay the new guys playing in the league and these other guys. They end up trading them or they release them. That's how they create cap space, obviously. Yeah. Now, you're not gonna have those athletes dupe you. No. Just like I'm not gonna have the Hollywood actors dupe me when I start Sky Entertainment. Hypothetically speaking, when I start Pro League, I'm not gonna have these athletes dupe me. They're not worth that kind of money. I'm not gonna overpay these guys. Have to, as most pro athletes don't even make that money, right? In pro sports, there's exceptions like quite a bit of star players make more than players in my league, but most pro athletes don't make that kind of money in their career earnings in pro sports. I'm paying these guys more than what most pro athletes make in pro sports, so I'm not gonna have these guys dupe me. That's enough money for the players, obviously. When the league does go on strike, they will want to raise, and I will raise the cap. I'm not going to raise it by like $50, $100 million. How these guys do? No, I'll raise it by maybe $13 million. And now star players can peak at $34 million. I'll raise it, obviously. You have to have rules. Yeah, like don't pay a good player any more than $15 million. They're not worth any more than that. Obviously, and don't pay an average player any more than maybe $5 million. That's enough for the average players. They're not worth any more than that. That's still good for the average players. Put that in the rule. If they're average players, they don't peak any higher than $5 million. That's enough. They're not worth any more than that. And the good players don't peak any higher than $15 million, and star players don't peak any higher than $32 million. Obviously. Can the league pay the good players whatever they want? Yes, you can pay the good players whatever they want, the average players whatever they want, but for the average guys, don't peak any higher than $5 million. That's enough for the average players. The good players are not worth any more than $50 million. That's enough for them. But anything over that, they're ripping you off and duping you. And star players don't pay them any more than $32 million. And don't pay a star player any less than $16 million or $17 million. Like all the star players have to at least make their $17+ million. That way they get paid a lot of money. Obviously, because there's some GMs who can't afford to pay 3 players $30 million. They'll pay 2 players $30 million. The other guy gets maybe 18, 20 million. So some star players will be making 20 million in that league, but it's highly unlikely. Chances are all the star players are going to make their 25+ million in my league, because the GMs can afford to pay 2 players like $30 million. They can afford it. Like maybe 2 good players get 15 million, the other 3 get like 11, 10. And the other ones get like 8 million, and you have cap space to pay like 4 or 5 average players or $5 million, $4 million. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's how it works, obviously. Let me say, guys, I feel bad. Back in a second, we got you on my show. I'll talk for 40 minutes. That's good enough, right? I don't feel like talking for long today. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my pack of smokes at the store. Yeah. You're not gonna have, I'm not gonna have these athletes do me if I start a pro league. I'm not gonna have these guys do me. Yeah. Yeah. The buzz will be crazy. Oh yeah. Everyone's buzzing in the league about Ivan. There's nothing worse than everyone buzzing about Ivan and Ivan flops as a player. That's the thing. That's why it's risky. I don't want to take that risk. We should tell Ivan, don't worry about it, man. You have the genes, man. You train hard. You should be able to be a star. You should be a star player. Yeah, I know. We do. What if I flop? Ivan, you won't flop. Don't worry about it. That's what. Let's just do movies. I know. I choose movies. Obviously, movies is less risky. It's much cheaper. Ivan, I know. You really want to spend more than half your money on a pro league and you flop? Like, I don't want to spend all that money in my pro league and I play and I'm not productive on the ice. I'm not scoring any goals. I flop as a player. It's like, that's not good. Yeah. With movies is less risky. Obviously, I can steer the shit for the movies. That's cheaper too. Much cheaper than starting a pro league movies, right? Much cheaper. Less cost, obviously. Yeah. 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 All right, how much money you want to give the players for the per dimes? $130 is a good deal for the players. So every time in their away games, they get $130 for their per dime to pay for their dinner and their food. And sometimes I'll pay for the players on my team, obviously. I mean, yeah, it's on me, guys. So I'm multi-billionaire. I can easily afford to pay. Hey guys, let's go to a restaurant, beer, all the rounds on me, and I pay for it. It costs me a few $1,000s. I can easily afford it. Yeah. The 18, 20 players on my team, I can afford it, obviously. Because NHL teams have about like 18 to 20 players a team. Around there, right? Yeah, around there. 18, 20 players a team the NHL has. Yeah. So it's pocket you can easily afford it. Yeah. Yeah. Let me say, guys, I'm gonna go upstairs and make some eggs. I'm hungry. I'll be back in like, I don't know, 6, 7 minutes. I'll talk maybe for 40 to like 44 minutes. I'm done the video, right? I'll get you on the show. power's out. I can't make my eggs. The power is out. So, yeah. Yeah, the power went out. Because they're working on the electricity outside, right? The power should come back on soon. But that's what Angels will be crushed. Oh, yeah, they will. God, we missed out on all that fun, man. And we're the side tension in the NHL. The SHL blows the NHL in the water. Because I finally hit to mind, yeah, when I was a kid, I dreamed of playing in the NHL. When Ivan came down to earth with VJ, we locked the doors on him. And now he's king. He made his players on his boat. He saw the pro league better than the NHL. Finally hit to mind, yeah, I wish I was born in the newer generation and I was drafted in the SHL. I got to be a star player in Ivan's SHL league instead of the gatekeepers NHL. I would have been way more famous and made a lot more money and be a part of that buzz. Obviously, you're gonna like shit. Because the fans in my league are gonna be crazy roaring fans. Something crazy, man, for my league. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, almost there, guys. I'll talk 40 minutes. That's good enough. Yeah, what if you flop? That's the thing. I don't want to spend all that money and I flop as a player. It's risky. That's why I'd rather just do the movies, obviously. It's cheaper. The gates delay this thing, I can still make Zanis, or I'll just put Zanis on hold and I'll do the great save with Keanu Reeves. Obviously. Yeah. Matt Damon, Alvin, Michael B. Jordan. I'll do the movie with those guys. Yeah. Is it close to glory? Oh yeah, pro hockey player and movie star is close with the glory, but movies is better. It's better glory, obviously. You got the special effects and the visual effects. He's like, yeah, in movies you have special effects and visual effects side. It's much greater glory. It's greater glory than being a pro hockey player. Yeah, it's greater glory, obviously. Duh. Much greater glory. Yeah. I might as well pro hockey, but I highly doubt chances are I'm going to lose for each year, right? Less riskier. I don't want to spend all that money and flop as a player. I spent all that money. I start the league. I'm like, oh my god, what have I done? I made a mistake. Why did I start this league? I'm flopping as a player, and everyone's like, yeah, Ivan sucks. He's not a great player. No one's talking about me. I flopped as a player, so it's risky. Whereas for movies, I don't have to worry about that, right? I can steer the ship with VG for a movie. That's my point, right? Yeah. Power went out, man, because they're working on the electricity, right? It should be coming back on soon, though, the power. Obviously. I'm going to go to the store and get my smokes after this, right? Got my pack of smokes. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you not have these hockey athletes to be right. They want more money. You have to be strict and say no. We talk about governments. You not have these athletes to be right. Well, what I'm paying them's enough. Only generational talent can get $35 to $50 million, but they're not worth any more than $50 million. I'm not gonna have those guys do me right. It's not money for them. They don't make that in the NHL. NHL players peak at $60 million, so they're making way more money than what NHL athletes make. The players working in my league, they don't make that in the NHL. Those hockey players. Try some sour. Yeah, yeah. All right, will the press be crazy? Oh yeah. When a player signs a mega deal, player gets traded, the press and the people take pictures and interview them. Yeah, the press conference. It's crazy in my league. Yeah, man. That's what all the SHLs. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna crush us, but we missed on all that fun, man. Like, I'd rather be a legend in your SHL than the gatekeepers in NHL. I mean, yeah, I would have made way more money, been way more famous. They missed on the fun, man. It's crazy buzz. all the NHL athletes missed out on all that fun. That's why they all feel like shit, honestly. And even the players playing in the NFL, the NBA will feel like shit. Because my league blows those leagues out of the water. And the NFL, NBA, and NHL will go into a panic, obviously, if I start that league. They're going to panic because they can't compete. Yeah, we can't compete with Ivan. Ivan made all that money. He has the keys to the kingdom. We can't compete with Ivan's pro league. Even the NFL can't compete with my pro league. NFL's a huge league. It pulls in $20 billion a season. The NFL. And my league is blowing the NFL in the water. Carson Sarah. That's why the SHL blow the edge of the water. Anyways, guys, this is Rival Guys on the show. It's Iron Man. I'm signing off. Peace out, guys. Enjoy the show. You guys get my smokes. But the power is out, so maybe the video might get uploaded a little later. See what happens. Iron Man signing off. Peace. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Don't hang him, son. Peace.